I'll pin a message on top to your live chat for viewers to read. Click any messages to pin it. Use the option. I ain't got no time to be setting up all this. Okay, got it. Whatever. I got more features now, babe. All kinds of shit popped up now. No, I don't know what none of this shit does though. I was already used to the way I had it. Wait, how do I make everything pop up now? What up, SK Mob? What reckon? YouTube just derailed me with all these new features, and now I don't know how to set this shit up. Wait. What the hell? I liked it before. It was better before. Now I gotta move all this crap out of the way now. Wait, what happened to my option button over here? I have all these new features and buttons and all that, but I'm not gonna fuck with it right now. I don't wanna end up doing something I'm not supposed to be doing. That's crazy. Pinche YouTube and those updates. See that we could barely keep up with it as it is. Drunk T-shirt gang all day, my boy, all day. We're gonna present you with the golden shirt. The golden tie, the golden necktie. Oh, what's good? And what's cracking like it? Shout out to Richmond, all the way from Atlanta. Whoa, whoa. Oh, what's good, Jesus? What's cracking like it, my boy? What's cracking, Alex? What's happening, y'all? I'm still trying to move all this shit out of my way. All right. I'm gonna have to look into these new features, see what I can do now, or what it allows me to do now. I know it said that I could pin comments now and shit like that.
It was on fire for a while, but not no more.
Shout out to you and your family. That's right. It is up all day. It's cracking like it with you, my boy. Who do you think is gonna win between France and Argentina?
Nice.
You think Messi's gonna pull it off, or you think Messi's gonna play Messi? Think Messi might get that trophy after all. Cold as fuck this way. I know this shit is cold. Yeah. Hey, no, it's cold down here, especially today, man. It's awfully chilly today. It's been cold in the night too, man. That shit ain't no joke no more. I'm gonna have to buy me those blankets with the built-in heater. Start a fire. What up, bitch? What's cracking like in goofball? Puro pinche.
What happened?
In here, that's right. Tow cars. What's cracking like in Argentina? All right.
You misbought it?
Yeah. There was some pretty weird, like Morocco. I never even heard of Morocco. Where the hell's Morocco at? Where is Morocco located at? That they made it to the finals. They had to pay for that shit. Never even heard of that place.
Yeah, nowadays.
Everybody thought it was gonna be Brazil versus France. At least I guess the France part right. But they were off about the Brazil.
Sitting in those metal chairs.
That fool said, I just hope Argentina loses. Serio? You rather France win? I don't really care, actually, to be honest with you. To me, it's irrelevant who wins. But I'll watch it just for the good sport. But the outcome's irrelevant to me, though. Like, unless it was Mexico, pues ni modo. We're still waiting. Maybe one day. Maybe. It's always the same teams, huh? Always the same teams that win over and over and over again. Like, I can't. I guess how you know it's rigged. You know them fools be paying underneath the table.
No, but it's not even fast. Bro,
Gotta keep the answer short, my boy. I get caught up in the moments, my boy. I like to vent. It's raining. Oh, damn, it's raining in the ATL? Damn, thunderstorm and everything? Tornadoes? Lucky, gotta be 40 degrees tonight. Damn, that shit is cold. Should be like 40, 30. Monte Flores, that's right. Shout out to Monte Flores. North Africa? Is it? All right. Okay, so it's located in North Africa. There it is, Morocco. So they have a good squad then, huh?
Like a terabyte?
What do you consider good criticism
Yeah, I know that.
here on YouTube? Well, criticism is when you provide somebody with clarity on the error that you found in what they do, right? Like um, when you say that you give like a respectful reason of why you dislike what they said or dislike what they do or something like that, right? But without insulting the person, right? Without calling them names or saying that. Like for example, when people call it criticism, but it's not, is when they be like, fool, you fucking suck, fool, you should just give up. Like that's not criticizing right there. That's talking shit. Criticizing is like, well, hey, well, you know what? It needs some work. Right here and right here, I noticed that, you maybe fell out or, right here or disagree or whatever. But maybe in just that, I say it needs improvement. But overall, it's alright. Just like that's like trying to help the person, better themselves instead of you just belittling them and just talking mad shit. And people get mad because they be like, oh, people can't criticize no more nowadays. It's like, well, you're not criticizing, you're talking shit. There's a difference, There's a difference from criticizing and talking shit, though. But people nowadays, they don't know how to criticize, so they think by them talking shit that they're criticizing, but they're not. They don't even give like how could the person improve on what they disagree on. They just go in there like, hey, fool, just give up, just die already. Like that's criticism. Somebody. Like that, criticism changed in time. So it would be when you give like your personal opinion of how it could be better, how it could better themselves in American football. Is it gonna be a good one? Yeah, they both have good squads. They both been scoring goals a lo pendejo too. Oh, what's cracking? 6-6. What you up to, carnal? Yeah, I know. Tornadoes be in that. No, Oklahoma. That's where they have Tornado Alley. No, because that's where the cold air from the Rocky Mountains, meet with the hot ass, air in Oklahoma and creates all those tornadoes. So I'm like, fuck that. I don't know why people want to live right there. Like the place is literally called Tornado Alley. I don't know about you guys. Fuck that. Kivo carnal, no mames. Enjoy the rest of your day, bro. Hey, you too, Moto. Oh, we gotta be, sipping on one. Yeah, without the insults, yeah. The people nowadays, they just be insulting a lo pendejo, They'd be like, fuck you, and you're a piece of shit. Not so madre. Like I can understand when people like are clowning and they're telling jokes, right? They let out a joke and stuff like that. Like that's cool, because they're bringing some kind of humor to it or whatever. But when they're just like bluntly just insulting and talking shit, I mean, like okay, well that's not for comic relief. That's like you're just literally just talking shit. So it's crazy. Smoking on that black cherry. Ay, güey. No, te digo. Ya los nombres que sacan. Saca la bolsita. No, la tuya primero. Ya después le ponemos a la otra. You won't bump Mr. Homicide's music hella loud. Mr. Homicide, does he have music?
Is that like a ranch on here?
I'll bump his music if it's good. I never heard his music. What rola do you recommend? I really didn't know if he did music or not. Like, I really wasn't aware of what he actually did. Like I seen a video or two out there, but I don't think on his channel. I think they're just videos that people upload or whatever. But I wasn't aware like what he actually did though. Placing in my boy, they're gonna go up on that PS6. That must be some good stuff you want. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the PS6 is coming already. Since they only now last like about a year or two.
You want to look at that pic? I know you heard me. I know. I did hear you.
What's good, LB Studios? I was like, PS6? No mames, güey. Ya estás en el future.
4.3 billion pieces of luggage has been lost. Around the world. So
Don't be a bot, a robot. I always start off by saying no. Well, it's different if you can say no disrespect intended, but if you're disrespecting, I mean, it's kind of hard to dismiss the fact that there's disrespect going on. Are you going to make a video on biker gangs and black gangs? Yeah, Simon. Eventually, once they come and let me know what's cracking. But I do be getting, gente that hit me up, outside of like Hispanic bases, about their neighborhoods. Palo is never a good. Exactly. Talking shit is never good. Yeah, criticism. It's not criticism at all. People think it is, though. I was playing the Xbox One. What game? Nah, my boy, I can't keep him short. We can't. We like to vent. Mr. D put on one of my friends. How does that work? You don't even. Mr. D put on one of your friends? Well, if he put him on, I mean, he's in. How does that work if he doesn't live in? It's not. Look, it's not about the actual. One thing people have to understand about neighborhoods is not about the actual block itself, right? That's irrelevant. Even though it plays a factor, right? Because that's where the gang started and stuff like that. It's irrelevant. It's not a factor. It's a non-factor. The neighborhood symbolizes kind of like your last name, right? You represent your last name wherever you go. You're proud of your last name. You're proud of where you come from, your roots, your heritage, because it's your family, right? So people insult your last name, you would get offended, because it's insulting your family and stuff like that. So you're just not going to represent your last name in the house you grew up in, right? Or amongst your family, but everywhere you go, proudly. Satan works right here. Is the exact same thing. Is that the neighborhood is wherever you represent it is. You know what I mean? It's not about actually being in the specific area, It's more about you representing and holding it down and putting it down for it. The actual block is irrelevant, So it's not about the actual territory. That's why when people say they don't understand how some gangs can still exist, even though they knocked the projects down or they tore it down and the gang's still around, because people don't understand. They think that they gentrify areas, that's how they'll get these gangs to wither out, but it's not. It's not about the actual specific territory. It's people just don't understand that part. It's kind of like saying how is 18th Street or MS or Florence able to be all over the world and different areas. They're no longer in 18th Street, whatever. Because it's not about that though. It's about the actual hood itself, representing it. It's not about the actual turf. That's why you're able to have gangs, that originated in whatever street or whatever, and now they're in different states or countries and shit like that. Oh, Rainbow Six, that gets down. See, those were tactical games where you have to actually use strategy and shit like that. Not like nowadays, where it's just like, shoot. Drop down 10 pushes for what? A la verga. I'll give you 10 sips of pistole. 1, 2. Cops charged to give the cops. God, that was a cops charged to give. That's funny, but true. I feel you, my boy. Yes, they do. Let me play the new. That's right. But the Rainbow Six are more strategy. That's more better. It's the actual plot involved. Saludos, Shadow Island. That's right, Paramount. Woo woo. Shout out to the patch. What's good, Lefty? Living in the hood has a big part about you putting it down, though. No, living in the hood, you build more of a connection to it. You have more of a bond to it, right? There's more. It means a little bit more, to you, right? The actual territory. because we all feel some type of way when this, even people that are no longer in the life, whatever, when they drive by their neighborhood, they feel some type of way inside. I know they do. They can't lie and say that they don't. I know that they do. Because it does bring some type of feeling. That's one thing that people don't understand. They think that people are just trying to be this way or pretending to be this way or acting or trying to be hard, when in reality they don't understand that these emotions come naturally. The natural joy, the natural anger, the natural whatever. It's all natural. It's not that they're pretending that they're mad when you insult their neighbor. It is that they're actually really are getting mad. And the joy, they're not faking the joy. They actually do really feel the joy. So it's not fake emotions that they're faking. You can't fake those feelings. So it has nothing to do with. But people don't understand that. They think that these fools are pretending all of this. Like, I don't know why. They're not pretending. They're naturally really feeling all of these emotions. You could call it stupid or dumb or whatever. It's irrelevant to the fact, that is how they're feeling, though. So it's irrelevant of how you want to view it or what you want to brand it. We're talking about the actual feeling. Like, that is actually what they're feeling. Like, I'm not sending respect for that big man. Sally Bo, that's right. I gotta turn. No, my boy, YouTube doesn't allow me to do none of that shit, my boy. You already know. Serio. YouTube be on that boo boo. Yeah, you make too much sense, my boy. We can't have you on YouTube. Give it a shout out. What's good with your tone, Loke?
You want to see it?
It's cold, bro. It's actually cold over here.
Is this one?
I mean, there's clear skies, but it's cold as fuck.
This one's nice. It's way faster.
Wait, is it? Yeah, there's clear skies, but it's cold. We're trying to do interviews with actual gang members from the. Yeah, I actually have some right here on my channel. I had more before. Okay, so before I had more, right? I had, those who had been following my channel for a while will remember them, right? I had a gang of interviews, but a lot of them got flagged and taken down because before, when I used to interview, I had music playing in the background, right? Because I didn't know nothing about the rules before and shit like that. I didn't know that copyrights and all of that. You know what I mean? So because of the songs, certain interviews got taken down because of the copyrights. And, you get hit with multiple copyrights and they could shut your channel down. So it's like, oh, what the fuck? So that's why now when I started doing interviews, like, I don't play music no more. But before I used to have it bumping, Because, you're right there, you're chilling, you're mingling, whatever. Like, I didn't know that they were going to make a scandalo. Like, I had interviewed several homies from my neighborhood, from Latin Kings, to the homie from Wifers, the homie from Headhunters. But like I said, I had music playing in the background. But those who have been following my channel would remember. But I learned from my mistakes. I was like, oh shit, now I know not to do that again. Or like that.
Oh no.
It's about to snow here in Maryland. Serio? Damn. Nah, so you guys get that real cold weather, man.
Yes, million.
For us, like 43 is freezing already, bro. It's like popsicle weather.
The brakes ain't too good on it.
For you guys, that's like summer or something. Saludos out of New Mexico. Woo woo. What's good with you, Sinaloa? Shout out to the raza. Little Kelpie sitting next to me telling me he wanna be so the 1-3. What you homie? What you want me to tell him? I want you to tell him to go to school. Tell him to go to school and get his education. Tell him you're gonna get nothing out of the streets, bro. Not a goddamn thing. Tell him that. Tell him if he wants to earn real respect, he'll educate himself and get a good career and do something with himself. That's how he'll earn his respect.
Let me go back and see if it is.
You bumping Locote's music? Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say I bump it, but I do have some of his songs. I heard some of his music. He gets down in some songs. You know what I mean? His fast pace. He definitely has talent. I wouldn't say that I mess with his music like that. Just because there's some songs that are just like some of them are not really my style, and then other ones it's just too much shit talking, too much pedo, Like, you really don't like another song dissing another guy like that. After a while, it's like it gets redundant. Like, otra vez? Where's the Rockies hat? Serio. Woo woo. I'm actually doing a video on that. Like, homie, if you live in the hood, the minute you step outside, it's all you see is homies. So they become your first friends. That's how I see it. Nah, that's not what it is. Because it really isn't like that. You know what I mean? Um, because they just see the thing is with neighborhoods, they just don't accept people just because they live in the hood. You know what I mean? Because to them, it's like, how can I say? It's like an honor to be from the neighborhood, right? It's something that people want to strive to join or whatever. So it's not. People think it's the opposite. People think that these fools go around and they just ask people, "Hey, join the hood, join the hood." When it's not like that, they have to see you worthy. You know, um, you have to be tested and you have to see if you're worthy to be from the hood. It's not like they just go around and just grabbing anybody. So joining the hood comes with like, normally recruitment is done by some people of your age, right? That are already from your neighborhood or whatever. And just hanging out with your buddies. Pretty much that's how it goes. It's not like you just don't walk up to them and be like, "Hey, what's up? I want to join the hood." Like, who the fuck are you? You know what I mean? Like, fools don't even know you. I see your video on why are women crazy and you are spot on, G. But the truth is, women, you can't live without that. Oh no, yeah, you can't, bro. See, the thing is that people want perfection in this world. People want a world or a life with absolutely no problems and no drama and stuff like that. And that doesn't exist, bro. That doesn't exist. It will never exist. Drama, problems is a part of life. It's what makes you better, because you learn from your errors, your mistakes. It makes you a better person. Struggles. You shouldn't frown upon them. You know what I mean? You should learn from them. Shouldn't be ashamed of them either because everyone makes them. Shameful part is not learning from them. But see, people think that if they have problems in the relationship, they go find another woman. Like, it's only a matter of time before that relationship gets full of problems. Like you're looking for this fantasy world that people talk about but doesn't exist, bro. That's a problem with humanity too, bro. They want the world to be, drama free or violent free when it's never gonna happen. So they put all these rules and really enslaving us. You know what I mean? Because they're taking all your freedoms away and everything like that, trying to build this peaceful world that is never gonna exist, bro. And they're gonna end up making shit worse by trying to prevent stuff from happening. Stuff's gonna happen, bro. That's a part of life. It's scandalous like that. It's not that it's so much that it's unfair, because unfair would be like if life, is, targeting you specifically when it's not. Sometimes shit just happens and it just happens, It's not because, life, has something against you. It's just that that's the cold game, It is what it is, bro.
Oh, yeah, thank you. We don't even, it doesn't go faster than a Batmobile. Because that's the top speed.
What's good with you, Unc?
It doesn't go faster.
Ramo?
It's the same.
You interviewed Mika. Oh, yeah, I interviewed Hormiga. He's on here. And Jesus.
Okay, ready to go outside, you guys?
What are your thoughts on the Playboy's president, badass Snoop leader? Oh, I don't talk about those kind of organizations on here. No offense to them or nothing like that. It's just like I don't want to go into the whole details on, on all that. I don't want to make it seem like I'm insulting them or belittling them or talking down on them. It's nothing that I have nothing against them. It's just that how I view the situation is just different. So it would be irrelevant for me to speak on it. We don't use the N word on this line. Yeah, we don't use the N word. There's no reason to use the N word either. You never met Conejo. You ever met Conejo? Yeah, I met Conejo a while back ago. Woo, back in the days.
Do you want me to turn the light on?
Yeah.
Close the curtain.
I used to stay in LA.
Hey! Good evening, you believe this with mañones? Yeah. I can't move, but I want to put my...
Oh. Let there be light. I used to
God
stay.
said, let there be light.
I used to stay in LA, New Mexico. I don't mind, but I used to get hit up in the beginning.
This one's the best, by the way.
Yeah, bro, it's crazy. You know, even for civilians that just live in the territory, you know, because they got to deal with the nonsense too, even if they don't bank, because, you know, they got to deal with the hitting up and getting hit up, or, you know, being sometimes caught in the middle of shit. Where's the weed at? Nah, we only drink out of that. AEW starts in 15 minutes. The word shouldn't even be a word. It doesn't exist. Oh yeah, perfect. Yeah, perfection doesn't exist. It doesn't.
What are those people? I don't know.
What year did you go to high school? The 90s, yeah, pretty much. Live vote. Look at what is happening in El Salvador. With what?
Here. Put these on.
What is happening in El Salvador? How can you tell if someone is with the business?
Oh, wow. How's pushing my hand out?
No, you weren't.
Depending what you consider with the business, though. You know what I mean? Like you mean like a true gang member? Like a down G? A down G is always going to be the one who's not going to be trying right. He's not the guy that's going to be walking in hard with the lokes and mad dogging everyone and taking off his shirt and, you know, making sure people see his tats. That's how you already know that person is phony, fake, not with the business. That's the kind that's like, you know, the ones that are down with the business will let you know. You know what I mean? They'll be themselves, goofy, you know, stuff like that. And people could be like, hey, who's this lame? You know, and that fool will let you know on the spot, like what you say? And it's like, yeah, exactly. You know? The other guys, they just use the image to try to intimidate you. Because they know that they're not really with the business. They know that, you know, they use intimidation their whole entire life. They intimidated people. But that doesn't work around real ones, you know. Then they get put to the test and they break. You know what I mean? All that, you see it all the time. You see it all the time. The guys with tattoos everywhere and everything like that, but they fold like 6'9" and all of that. But like, you're trying too hard. Trying too hard. You know what I mean? All the ones that are talking all that nonsense or trying to brag about what they did and everything and making sure you hear, you know, when they be like, yeah, man, we're down with like 5 vatos. Like, you know, like looking around, making sure that you're hearing, like, man. Those people that crave that attention, bro, it's for a reason. You know, it's phony, it's fake.
Oh my God.
That's why, like, you're able to tell. See, people who are not from this world, they look at that and they think that that's what it means to be real, right? The one that's always talking shit and insulting everyone and playing the image. Like, yeah, it's a facade. It's like how little Kelpie, when he went to that interview and he wore that suit and everything he did, you know, or even what's that guy's name? He came out on Vlad TV. Something Raimondi. He was a Italian mob member supposedly.
So if you don't know what to buy,
something, but he went in there with the, you know, chest hair and the cigars and the rings and everything. It turns out that fool wasn't even nobody. But he went he put on the costume, bro. He went like what people typically think a mobster would be like, and it's like, because that's not, you know, and then when they bring real mobsters on there, you see that they look like regular guys. Like, who's this guy? He looks like the Walmart greeter. But it turns out that was the real one. But see, that's fine because real ones don't have to pretend. They're just themselves, you know? And if anybody wants to question or something like that, they don't mind that, you know, being questioned and they'll get it cracking, you know? They don't mind you trying to offend them or stuff like that because it's nothing for them to get it on and cracking if you really think they're not about it. Compared to this person, he doesn't want you to test him. That's why he's trying to, you know.
Oh, you can see my snowflakes?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to be outside doing this, okay?
Ready? Yeah. No. So basically,
Those countries have no laws. Yeah, those countries don't have no laws, bro. They don't care.
2 minutes ago. What?
They don't care about humanity over there. They believe that what their views are is the right way, and screw everybody. See, they believe by rounding up people and murdering them that's how you fix problems too. And when you don't, that's not how you fix it. You make problems worse. You can't fix violence with violence, bro. You'll never be able to fix the problem by coming with violence. That's a fact. You know, it's the one thing that people look. That's one thing that's funny in this world. People always cry for peace and complain that they want peace and everyone wants peace and this and that. But yet, when it's something that goes against their views, they automatically want to respond with violence. Like, oh, well, they should just kill all of them or let them starve to death or whatever. Like, you want peace, but here you come with... You're never going to be able to fix the problem with more violence, bro. Like, it's just not going to happen. You know? People have to learn to put their pride to the side and actually sit down and come to an understanding. But that's something people are not willing to do. You know? Because they think that's considered weak or something like that. But that's because it's your own ego that's the reason you're seeing it that way. You know, no country, whenever they want to de-escalate a situation, do they go there and insulting these people and you know, saying this and that, hoping that, you know, that the problem will get fixed like that. Yet they want to apply that to the streets, hoping that that's going to work. By you coming and insulting these individuals and saying that you hope they die and everything, like those are words of encouragement for them to change their ways and for the problem to end? How's that? Bro, if anything, that's like you're going to irritate them and make the problem worse. Like, and it's crazy that they're not able, you know, they claim to be level-minded, yet they're not able to see, you know, their own actions, and it's baffling. Like, it's always the people that come preaching peace that are always, you know, spewing all this hatred propaganda, though. I want to move to Cali so bad, but I heard it's so expensive. Yeah, it is expensive. Plus, it ain't all that. Well, I don't know. I never lived nowhere else, but I don't know how bad is it in other places. Good. Just gotta stay Gilligan free. Yeah. Yeah. You know, see, it's like, you know, people have a problem with milk, right? Because of what milk does, right? But the one thing that blows my mind is how people could be mad at someone for exposing this person for being fake, right? This person's a liar and he's a phony and he's lying and everything. So now this person's calling him out on it, and people get mad at this person for exposing this being a fraud. And it's like, you can never be mad at the truth. You can only be mad at the lie. You know? You can, how could you possibly be mad at the truth? That makes no sense whatsoever. Like when people were mad about C-Mac, why? He legitimately was claiming other gangs and stuff like that. So why are people mad at Milk for? That doesn't make any sense. This guy was lying to you guys. You should be mad at the lies, not the truth. How are you going to be mad at the truth? That makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Now, people can say, well, who is it? Who are they to call him out on it? Or was it to them, right? See, the reason people get upset and people don't understand it is that some people really live this life, right? So we lost homies. You know, we've been shot, stabbed, jumped. We gone through all kinds of shit for the hood, right? And lost homies and everything. So we really did shit for the neighborhood. And for someone just to come now and make a mockery out of it or pretending when we actually were out there and blood, sweat, and tears and everything, and just for somebody to come and just make a mockery out of it or claim the fame? Nah, bro. That's why people don't like claimers. People are not going to... you claiming their hood, they're not going to be like, that's right, homie. They're going to be like, why the fuck you claim my neighborhood for? Because it's like, oh, so you want all the glory, but with none of the consequences, huh? We were out there actually really, you know, building that reputation, not for you just to come and just like, nah, homie. It's not how it works. You know what I mean? Like, we actually struggled and battled for this shit. And for you just to come and try to, like, that's why people don't like that shit. People don't like when people claim the life or whatever, because these guys actually really, you know, struggled for that. And you guys could say it's stupid, it's pointless, it's dumb. Yes, all very true. But that doesn't change the fact of what it is or how they feel or why they feel the way they feel. You know, it's irrelevant of how you view the matter overall. It's about the actual situation. So that's why people get upset that people come on here and they lie and they do all this and that. You know, and it's like, well, people actually really, you know, paid, you know, big prices for it. It's not that they're jealous of this individual, it's just that it irritates them because of, you know, the actual battles that they've been through. And real consequences that they had faced. Yeah, caddy's expensive as hell, bro. Tell the I need those. Perfection done. Even they know that it doesn't exist, bro. Why around this season people get humble and try hard to be good with others when all year they be okay and others monkey. Yeah, that is true too. Real talk. Has been holding out the vatos. Nah, but see that's the problem too. That males just see them as sex toys, sex objects. When it's not about that, you know what I mean? What good is you getting the pleasure, the satisfaction, if after that you're gonna deal with something that you truly really don't have any bond and connection to? It's like you're gonna trade, you know, 10 minutes or 30 minutes or an hour of pleasure for now, you know, the rest of the day, you know, with a headache or, you know, feeling irritated and annoyed and stuff like that. It has to be stuff beyond the whole sexual thing and stuff. I think that's just stuff that people repeat just because they think that other males want to hear that, and it's like, yeah, you're a real man and high five. Like, yeah, we were 15 years old or something like that. And naive, but we beyond all that already. You know, and I see, you know, there's a lot of males who act like children too, you know what I mean? That, you know, bragging and boasting and this and that, and like if they're still young, you know, and if anybody, you know, says otherwise, they go and, oh, well, this person must be gay. Like, oh, the gay joke. Wow. Like, that's going to be your counter argument? A gay joke? I'm like, what are we, 5? You know, like when you're a teenager, you know, you care about what other people think. Oh, I'm not gay, you're gay, you know? We're past those games, bro. There's 40, 30-year-olds that are still using those jokes, and it's like, bro, how old are you? Like, oh, it came with a gay joke. That's Donald Trump. See, that's one of the things why I hated Donald Trump, why I disliked him. You know, when there were actually real debates, right? Talking about real matters, real bills, real sanctions, tariffs, and all that. When he didn't have, you know, an explanation, he came with, oh, did you see how fat he was? Or, well, look at the girl he married. Like, how old are you? Like, you got to resort to gay jokes and stuff like that? That's I know, like, even when on my comments, when people are being serious or not, I could tell by what they just say. Like, when they put, like oh, this one must be gay and stuff like, that really lets me round up your age or your mind state. Only those who are insecure or who have doubts in themselves will let those kind of comments affect them, you know, like, and that's why, see, the reason why people make those kind of jokes and insults to other people is because they know that if someone were to call them that or something like that, they will have an issue with it and they'll want to stick up for their pride and stuff like that, because they will have an issue with it. So they automatically assume everybody is like them. So if they say it to somebody, they'll have the same reaction as they would, when it doesn't work like that. We don't all think the same. You know what I mean? Like, you're insecure with yourself. We're not. So it's not going to work. Compared to when it starts working, it's like, do you have doubt in yourself? Do you like men? It's like, okay, if it's not true, then what the hell are you doing? You know, if we're getting all worked up right here, it's like, you know, I'd be wondering, like, damn, why is this one getting so mad for? Like, he acts like if it's legitimately the truth or something. Like, oh, I have to uphold my image. Like, why? Because when you're alone, you're not happy with with what you are? Should always have confidence in yourself. Time, including how they look before putting on. And those are the ones that are serio. The elite name the Hurricanes after they serio, that's fucked up. They do be doing that shit though. Yeah, males back then, they had a lot of issues, bro. You could tell, and it's crazy because of the ways the laws are set in some parts of the world and stuff like that. It's like, how can people not see that clearly these laws are literally built for these old ass farts to have their way around women and all that, especially like with other countries where you're able to have like 5 wives and stuff like that. Like they make the laws like that for them to satisfy their own weird fantasies. Like, but see, the thing is that they don't do it. See, men don't do it because they actually want to have multiple female. They do it because they crave the praise of what everybody will think about them. Like, dang, this wife's like 5 hyenas, and it's like, yeah, everyone thinks I'm a Mac Daddy pig. Yeah, this fool know I get it in. They crave the attention of everybody else, right? What everybody thinks about them. What everybody thinks about them makes them feel better about themselves, right? So clearly they have some kind of self-esteem issues, right? Some confidence issues within themselves that they don't really know how they feel about themselves, or they're not truly happy with themselves, that they need the approval or the praise by everybody else, right? So yeah, I am this Mac Daddy, stuff like that. Like, oh, so if it wasn't for their opinion, you wouldn't even know? Like, so these shits are all games that people play, you know what I mean? Because they want their homies to be like, yeah, I got that bitch right here. Like, okay. Like, imagine, like, ain't nobody got time for that. You gotta be lying to one and lying to the other, making excuses, fuck that. Too much bullshit just to get a mamada. It is. And then everyone always boosting and bragging until they get caught, fool. And when they get caught, they're right there like a dog without an owner, fool. I did, man. Not leaving me. Dog. I don't even know what I'm gonna do, fool. Like, my boy, when you had that other female right here, my boy, you had a big old smile on, and you like, you weren't thinking about none of this shit then, right? You're telling all the homies and everybody like, if word don't travel. And now it's an issue, and now you're having a problem with it. Why? You weren't having a problem then, so what changed now? That fantasy burst? And that's what a lot of these people don't understand. The people that tell lies, which never made any sense to me of why they go and telling all these lies for. It's only a matter of time before it blows up in your face. So, like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, and I know people see that. I know that they understand that lies, get exposed and stuff like that. So it makes no sense to why they do it, though. It's crazy. But hey, you think the new governor will make a difference with homelessness? No. Unfortunately, no. Because to me, honestly, they don't understand the problem, bro. They for some odd reason think that the more money they give them, that's gonna fix the problem. No, that's not gonna fix the problem. You have to get to understand these individuals, not give them things. Give them things is not gonna fix a damn thing, bro. You have to understand why they're this way. Understand what made them this way. What makes them tick, this way, for them thinking the way that they think or are the way that they are. Give them a house, give them Lamborghinis, that's not gonna fix their problems, bro. Money is not the answer. It's understanding is the answer, but that's something that people don't want to do, bro. Or think that, bro, how's understanding gonna fix anything? Like, yeah, because if somebody came and gave you money, you think that, like, yeah, that's gonna work. Not everyone is like you. Not everyone thinks the same. But at the same time, I can't say that she's not gonna, because I don't know. She potentially might fix the problem. You know. And there's one thing that I'll say that I even give Donald Trump and stuff like that is whenever there's, regardless if it's Democrat, Republican, whether it's president or mayor, or governor, or senator, whatever, is that you always want to hope that they succeed, right? Because if they succeed, the country succeeds, right? So that's problems for you, right? The worst thing you want to do is you get a president on there and you're like, yeah, I hope this fool fails. Like, you idiot. If he fails, that means the country fails. That means that there's more problems for us, bro. So how the fuck is that a good thing? You want this fool to succeed. You don't want him to fail because then that means we fail, you dipshit. You know? And that's one thing that people don't understand when they're out there voting. And like, it doesn't matter if Donald Trump or Biden became president, bro. You should cheer for them and hope that they actually succeed, bro. Because if either one of them fails, whatever, then we fail, bro. And we're just now in a deeper hole than we were. So how's that a good thing? But these fools take it as a victory, right? Like when Donald Trump's presidency failed, these fools were celebrating. What the hell are you guys celebrating? Or saying right now that Biden's failing, the Republicans are happy about it. What are you guys happy about? It's not something to be like cheering or I told you so and something like that, bro. Like, come on, what are we, 5 years old? But see, that lets you know the state of mind that our society's in, bro. People rather take the I told you so than the actual success of it. Just to rub it into the other party's face or the other person's face. I told you that you guys didn't know what you were talking about. I told you guys. This shit became an ego trip, bro. It's all about egos now. Yeah, I knew it. Democrats were wrong. Democrats were wrong. Like, oh, so this is what it's all about, huh? So this is what this country now has become, huh? Look at that. So when people be up, you know, like I see people tweeting or commenting, whatever, and thing right there, they're like, oh yeah, look at all the stupid decisions Biden's making. And like they're proud of it. Like if it's some kind of like a badge of honor or something to be boasting about, like, bro, like how is that a good thing though? Just because you get the simple fact now to say I told you so, that somehow it makes it seem like it's some kind of gold medal or something. Or like if now we're in a better, you know, progress in our as a nation, or like what's going on right here? It's crazy, bro. It's crazy with how people see the world now, bro. It's like they only care about their opinions, bro. Because see, people have a problem of admitting that they were wrong or admitting that they were wrong. You know, why is it so hard to admit that you're wrong, bro? People are wrong right here. That's normal. Not everyone's going to be right about everything. It's okay to be wrong. That's how you learn. Doesn't mean you're stupid. You know, because your mistakes only make you better because you learn from them. But people rather create lies to cover up their errors instead. They feel like that's more of to stay face, you know, because staying face is more important than actually, you know, being right. It's crazy. But see, is that people care too much for the opinion of everybody else. That already lets you know how many people suffer from some form of trauma or personality crisis because they care so much of the opinion of everybody else. That lets you know you have some form of trauma, bro. Because if you care about what other people think about you, my boy, you suffer from some form of trauma. Or if you make fun of others for having less, then it's for a reason too, bro. Because it would hurt you if they made fun of you. That's why you're doing it. So therefore you seeing it that way. So why does the opinion of random people, you know, mean so much to you? And is now understanding that to get, you know, to the source of the trauma. Oh, what's good with you, Termite? What's cracking like it, my boy? Happy holidays. Happy holidays, Dusty. Let's cover up more lies before the lies they told you. Serio, my boy. Facts. Modelo 10, homie. Saludos. NorCal East Bay. That's right. Shout out. Damn doggy. Budweiser today. Where's the... Yeah. Ah, we won with cheap. Primary elections. Party. Go hard. They are both from the same. I know. I know that makes no sense whatsoever. Yeah. I made that comment a while back ago too, and it's like that makes no sense whatsoever. Yeah, I feel you 100 on that, bro. But that lets you know the state of our democracy, though. You finally have a different shirt. Vato, you always wearing the black shirt. It's because I'm not at work, bro. I don't make the uniform rules at my job, bro. ¿Sabes qué? If the shirt bothers you, you could write my jale and say to change the uniform rules, and they'll be firme. But until then, we have no choice but to wear the uniform. And if I wouldn't work, my shirt would be all nice and smoothed out, but we actually work, my boy, so it's not my fault I can't hang. My back was cracking, chilling. But it's a good thing, though. That means I'm working, bro. Well, I'm not working right now, but I do the videos when I'm on my breaks at work. You know, because I don't really like to be on the phone when I'm outside of work. Rather, spend time with loved ones. I'm not one. I feel it's rude that when you're at home around your kids or your wife or your friends, that people on their phones, like, are we that disinterested? I find it rude. You heard somebody talking about me? Serio? Who? What they saying? They want to catch that fade? They want to catch the taper? Bald spot? Lineup? Or little Kelpie? Little Kelpie. Little Kelpie said he wants that fade with you, bruh. You already know where to catch him. In the mean streets. That poor kid, huh? He needs to stay in school.
Are you done?
What?
Are you done?
No.
Oh.
Little Kelpie the Pimp, my boy. You don't know who Little Kelpie the Pimp is, my boy. He was trained by the legendary Pinky himself. I don't know if people are aware who Pinky is, you know? The one that'd be like, yeah, you almost made me spill $300 yak on my suit. He was trained by Pinky himself. And we already know Pinky is a pimp of pimps. I know, what was the little one called? Money Mike? Money Mike tried to say he was a pimp of pimps, but we all know it was Pinky, my boy. You know what I mean? Day, is this your cousin? Yeah, it's my cousin. Well, you fired. And then Roach comes. He's like, you fired too. Oh, we gotta fire me for Pinky? Say another motherfucker. Ooh, say another word. And he's asking him questions, huh? Oh, my man. It's funny how quick he switched up. When he lost his strap, he's like, oh, man, come on, man. I got my wife. I got kids. I got a girlfriend. Put through his side piece in there, too. And the stereotype jokes that they use in that one, like, hey, there's something suspicious right here. I know black people got sugar. Oh, my miss. And they give that fool the most, they use the most, stereotypical jokes, and they use the most stereotypical demeanor to give the essays to. Like, I never met in my life a homie that talks like Baby Joker. Just a fool that like to pretend. I never met a homie that talks like that. Like, damn, like, who the fuck did these fools talk to? What was the drug of choice back the homies? Well, what was your drug of choice back? Anything, whatever hit the table, we didn't give a fuck, we weren't picky. Except heroin, no heroin. And then meth became outcast too later on. But it was pretty much everything. To me, drugs was never a factor. It was not something that, like to do. It was more alcohol. That's pretty much about it. I didn't even like smoking. I don't like smoking. So I gotta be alert in the hood, bro. Any substance, is how you get caught lacking, bro. You react slow. That's how you get caught slipping. You gotta be trucha alert, ready at all times. No, they was playing sniffing before. You know, we're young and dumb. Like I said, we everything hit the table. We didn't give a fuck. Maywood is definitely up in the house. Woo woo. But that's any hood, bro. Like whatever hits the table, whatever we're gonna be doing. You know, it was just to pass the time right there, bro. To make people forget about their problems. But to think that like all homies are heroin addicts or something like that, that's not true either. I hardly meet homies that are heroin addicts. Because when you're a heroin addict, you're legitimately considered no good no more, because essentially everything that you do now from that moment on forward is just to support your habit. So it is no longer about the hood, the homies, the carnalismo. It's not about none of that no more. It's literally now just about supporting your habit. So everything you do from that moment now forward, whether you're robbing or stealing, whatever, is not to benefit the hood. It's just to benefit your habit. You know, and your fix only. So therefore, it's like, that's why you see those fools, they tend to be like by themselves, right? Like you see like guys that are looking to score and they no longer with their homies with it, because to them all of that's irrelevant now. They don't care about none of that shit no more. They're just looking for their fix. You know what I mean? That's why you see like that older guy, he's from some hood like somewhere far, but he's in a whole different city now. Like, yeah, he's not welcome in his city no more. No, you know, became a junkie. There's a difference between, people confuse junkies for homeboys. They're not homeboys. That's not a homie. That's a junkie. There's a difference. You know? People get them confused. Like, oh, yeah, you see how these gang members are. Like, that's not a gang member. That's a fucking junkie, bro. There's a difference. You know? Serio? Damn, that's messed up, bro. At least I could honestly say that none of my homies were like that. But then we were a little bit more stricter. We were a little bit more militant, you know what I mean? Like, we really never let the homies go down that path, you know? Because it wasn't going to look upon as like, you know what I mean? You know, when you have more of a, like, tight-knit on stuff, like, you know, communication with everybody, and everybody, you know, there's, everyone's, you know, communicating with each other, and you have more of a, how could I say, of a more tight-knit thing, you're able to control stuff like that a little bit more better than, like, let's say, people just let homies do whatever the fuck they want. Because then you're going to get homies that go out there and do, you know, certain shit or become a certain way. But it's like, that's really your homie. You care about him. I mean, you really don't want to see him go down that path. Yeah, like, you know, I never want to see, like, if I don't see any of my boys, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, fool? Like, no mama's way. You know, I'll take flight on my boy. And I would hope they would do the same back to me, you know? And there were some homies that would get butthurt, you know what I mean? When we seen them going too far down that path, we had to bring them back. And sometimes, you know, it took a beating or two. But it's not because we dislike you, you know? It's for your own good, bro. Just because we don't want to see you end up, you know, like that. Because heroin, what people don't understand is that heroin, the chemical compound of heroin is so addicting, you are not going to have control over that drug, bro. People think they'll be able to control their habit. No, you're not, bro. See, what happens is when, because of the chemical components in heroin, see, the dopamine you are feeding into your brain, you're tricking your brain into believing, because of the chemical compounds in there, that now your body, you trick your body into thinking that it needs it like water and air and food, right? That's what people don't understand. When people are addicted, like, why can't they just eat? They want to be like that. Why can't they just let go of their addiction? They don't understand because they never done that drug or something like that, unless they understand the science behind it, right? then they'll get to know that no, they fiend for it. It's like kind of like saying when they don't do it, it's like if you're like you go 3 months without water or food or whatever, and you're gonna be starving and just like be going crazy, trying to get a water bottle or something just to eat. You know what I mean? And that's what the exact same process that they go to because of the chemical compound in there. They trick their body into believing that it needs it like anything else. That's why the detox of heroin is very, it's a battle. It's a mission to overcome that addiction because you literally have to now trick your body or program your body back to it knowing that it doesn't need it, and which is a battle. That some people could do it on their own. Most can't. Most need some form of help, some form of therapy help, because it's like cabrón. But see, people don't get to understand the dynamics behind it. Like, they just want to criticize these individuals so easily. Like, these fools want to be like that, fucking because they don't want to educate themselves on the matters on what actually is happening. Because heroin, remember, all drugs, methamphetamine, heroin, all of that was not created by El Chapo or blacks or Hispanics. All these drugs were created by the government, bro, by doctors, by the medical field, right? I don't know if people are aware of this, but heroin was created before they used to give it to even children, right? Whenever they would break their arm or have to go through surgery, that is what they would give them to help with the pain. And so they started seeing that, people were getting addicted to it, right? So they outlawed it, right? And they outlawed heroin. But the thing is that you already had trained so many different, doctors and chemists and everything on how to create, that. So they seen their paycheck and they're like, man, I wish I could get paid more, but these fools don't want to give me a raise. You know what? Well, this shit's kind of addicting right here. I'll just, go sell this shit to some people on the street and get my money that way and see. And they started seeing their money stack up, and they're like, shit, fuck the whole doctor shit, homie. I got the shit in the bag already. And then now they started training people and now showing them how to create it. And then people will show other people how to create it. And it created this fucking mess that we have. But who did it come from? Came from the governments, came from these people, not from these fucking thugs and hooligans. These fools were just looking to make a quick buck, and they took advantage of these people. But it wasn't these. You think these fools are educated and have their degree in chemistry and all that shit, that they know how to create all this shit? Nah, it came from the chemist, bro. He's the one that showed these motherfuckers. But it's so easy to blame it at Chapo and Mencho, blame everybody else in this damn planet for shit that you guys created. And anybody that has a head on their shoulders could clearly see what the hell's happening. It's not that you just don't want to take responsibility for what you got. No, these fools created all these problems. Yet they're the victims. How the hell is that? Facts, bro. You like hitting the pookie up the booty? Why? Because you get high faster and it hits harder? Facts. And see, people didn't learn that on their own either. They didn't get that from the streets. These are people that are educated that understand that if you put something in your rectum, whether it's alcohol related or drug related, obviously it's going to be stronger, and you're going to get a bigger effect from it. See, those are people that are educated that know that shit. And I thought people said that gang members are stupid. They don't know nothing. They don't go to school and everything. Exactly. So where are they learning all this shit from? There's people that are educated that are the ones that are throwing it all out there. Come on now. These fools say that these fools are stupid. There's no education. They don't go to school yet. They know how to, work with chemicals and how to concoct shit. How is that? It's the opposite of what you're saying that they are. So there has to be someone pulling the strings, no? Someone who's educated and know what the hell they're doing. Yeah, nobody ever thinks about that part. Because to them, they were always born and brought up and raised to believe that these people are the bad guys. These people are the creators of the problem. These people are the reason why this and this is happening. And who's gonna question it? Why should you question it? From what you're saying, it looks like what they're saying is true. These guys are the bad guys. But see, what people don't fail to understand is don't focus on the problem at hand. Focus on what creates the problem. Let's get to the bottom source of that. But see, you want to know why people don't focus in on that? Because they know what they will find. They know the answer to that. And that's a risk they cannot take, my friend. How much of our taxpayer money goes in to look for a Chapo, right? They spend all kinds of money looking for a Chapo, hunting El Chapo down, manhunts and everything, a lot of resources, right? Because those guys aren't working for free, homie. And their paychecks are not no little pay. The fools get paid, big bucks. These fools are going and looking, every time they go and look for them, that's our taxpayer money. Don't think it's Biden's wallet that pays for that. So you're paying a lot of money to look for this guy. They arrest the guy, right? Bam. Because and nobody has a problem with that, right? Everyone's like, yeah, go ahead and do it, even though it's our taxpayer money and we're suffering. But yeah, do it, because they're promising, that this is the source of the problem. These guys are the bad. They arrested Chapo. What the fuck did it fix? Not a goddamn thing. But it's the illusion. It's the illusion that they give. So how do they divert the problem from the people not being outraged that it didn't fix no problem? By now saying that it's El Mencho. And from El Mencho is going to be El Huencho and El Nencho and Sencho and Kencho. And now the Sureños and the Norteños and the Crips and the Bloods and the yes. But it's always somebody. Yes, we're stuck in this cycle. And the people are not going to question it. Why should they? Their beloved government who will never lie to them, and they're, these guys are the real good guys. These guys are, no, why should we believe you, Shadow? You're a gang member. You're a liar. You're a crook. You're a thief. Bro, me coming and trying to brainwash, what is that going to give me? What am I going to get out of persuading you? Not a goddamn thing, bro. Relax. People don't like the facts. They don't like the truth. They don't want to hear it. That's why whenever they hear me go, next channel, man, I ain't going to hear this fucking crazy motherfucker. He's full of shit. Truth hurts, huh? Definitely finding out, man. Nah, you're just hating. Santa is real. Don't be mad at him because he was telling you that Santa wasn't real, bro. The guy was telling you the truth. You didn't want to believe it. Because you didn't want to believe that everything you have ever been told by your parents and by everyone, this is the good guy and all it's true. You didn't want to believe that it was all a lie. So you're looking at this guy who's saying Santa's not real as a jerk, an asshole, and fuck you. Why? Because he's telling you the truth? Don't be mad at the guy that's telling you the truth, bro. I'm always willing to debate and stuff like that, right? But see, that's why they don't like me. They don't like that I'm educated. They want to be able to, for me to just to be one of these guys that comes on here and just talks a whole lot of shit and says that they'll pistol whip you and everything without bringing no facts. Like, man, fuck you, fool. I know that I'm right for a pistol. Nah, you bring the facts now. Now we're having a debate and people can't come with their own arguments and now they start insulting me. Oh, you're fucking stupid. You're lame. Kick rocks. Like, what happened? I thought we were going to be debating, bro. I thought we were come with our, our facts and our counter arguments and stuff like that. But now you're insulting me. So what's going on? What happened? Why are you stooping no to those tactics? Like, I'm understandable. I'm civil. Let's have a debate. You come with your facts. You come with my facts, and we'll talk it out. There's no reason for all this and that. But they don't want to because they know that they got nothing for it. It's kind of like when I make the argument for the military. Like, hey, why are you hating on the military? I'm not hating on the military, bro. I'm telling you the fucking truth, bro. I take my hats off to them. I don't got an issue with what they do, and I have no issue for these people being the way that they are either. You're the one that has the issue, not me, because you want to insult one and not the other when it's the exact same thing. See, I'm not insulting one nor the other. You are the one that's insulting one or the other. I'm just saying that there's no difference between them, and now you don't know how to make your counter argument, so you want to do the runaround. I'm telling you, what makes them different, and you're not able to tell me. And now you're mad at me. Or why am I pointing that out? Or okay, yeah, well, even if it ain't, why are you even saying it? Like, oh, so now we're lying? Now we're trying to keep stuff from people? And you know, when you gotta keep stuff from people, you already know there's a problem. If you gotta keep something for somebody, you already know there's an issue, bro. There's already an issue when you're trying to hide shit, bro. Then there's a problem, bro. Yeah. They don't like the truth. Facts, bro. They don't like the truth. Because they were told their whole entire lives that, you know, certain things are the way that they are because of this and this and that. And then, see, that's the reason. You want to know why all these TV shows and documentaries keep interviewing all these gang members and gangland and these mob movies? And it's not because they're trying to make a profit, right? They keep interviewing gangster after gangster after gangster. You've seen, you know, all kinds of TV shows that have done it. They've done movies about it, different cholos and black gang members and all kinds of different gangsters. They interview because they want to get to the bottom. They want the answer of the gangs, right? And if you go and watch each and every one of those fucking documentaries and interviews on each and every one of these individuals, whether they're Japanese gangsters, Russian gangsters, you know, Iraqi gangsters, whether Mexican gangsters, whatever, doesn't even matter. And each and every interview, they tell their story. And each and every fucking interview is almost the exact same story over and over and over and over again. But people are not satisfied with what these people are saying, thinking that they're repeating a lie. They're not repeating no lie. They're telling you their fucking life story. You know, saying gangs that were happening all over the world before there was internet, newspapers, and all of that shit. That's right. So there was no way for people of knowing of each other. These gangs were spawning all over the world, you know, simultaneously without having no knowledge of each other and stuff like that. Right? And they're telling you now their problems in their life. And people are not satisfied with that answer because that answer doesn't point to other gang members, because that answer doesn't point to drugs and stuff like that, because the answer now points to them. And they don't want to accept that to be the truth. So they keep looking and looking. What are you looking for? You're looking for an answer you're never going to find because they're telling you what the truth is. You're just not willing to accept it because it's not what you always thought it would be. You know what I mean? Because the answer is looking in the mirror, and that's something you don't want to do. You're not going to blame my jefita, fool. My jefita was always there, always working. She had to work 3 jales, fool. How you gonna blame my jefita? Could it not be neglection then? Because they were always at work? Never acknowledging the kid? Could it not be that? Oh, I mean, come on now, bro. Human behavior, emotions, interactions are a very important key to us as a species. You know what I mean? But it's like people are not willing to accept that as an answer. It's not because they're trying to blame people. They're not blaming people. They're telling you what created the problem. They're not pointing the finger at them. It's like when we tell our stories now, we're saying that our parents are to blame for all of this. They have their own personal problems that we're going through, their own demons they don't know how to deal with. It's not that you're pointing the finger at them. You're telling what it was. Yes, the government does all of this, right? They're the ones that set the format for these guys, you know, because the government did all of this, you know what I mean? The government still does it until nowadays. They go and they do it to other countries, how to take advantage and leaving them in fucking third world countries by the time they're done. You know what I mean? Leaving the countries in fucking ruins. But see, people don't care about that shit because it's not affecting. They don't live in those countries, so why should they care? You know what I mean? That's why they don't have a problem with our military, because they don't live in these countries where the military and what they're doing. I guarantee you, if you were to live in those countries and what these our military does to these countries and stuff like that, you would have a problem with the military. You don't have an issue with it because you don't have to deal with it all. That's why you think that there's a difference between what our country does and what these gangs do, when in reality there is no difference. You're taking advantage of people. You're exploiting shit for money because you're greedy. And as long as America will keep wanting its money, because you know how they say, law enforcement wants peace, right? They want the crime to stop. They want to slow down crime, right? They want crime to slow down. They want to stop crime. Do you really think that these individuals want to stop crime? You know what that means? Them stopping crime and slowing down crime, meaning a lot of them are going to lose their jobs. A lot of lawyers are going to lose their jobs. A lot of judges, a lot of police officers, a lot of sheriffs, a lot of people are going to lose their goddamn jobs. Crime is a multi-billion-dollar business. How many people profit off, crime? Funeral home, casket homes, the people that clean the paint, gun salesmen, bail bonds, lawyers, judges, police officers, right? More crime, more hours, more money for you guys. Less crime, less hours for you, less money for you. You're going to lose your job, bro. And I doubt all these officers want to lose their jobs. Doubt they really want to lose their jobs. I really doubt that what they're trying to say is that they want to lose their jobs. I really doubt it, bro. They could find Osama bin Laden. You're telling me you can't find the guys that are bringing the fucking drugs and guns into this country? They have the resources of the United States government in all its branches of law. You're telling me, because they could find, dictators and all kinds of. Tell me you can't find the people that are bringing this shit in?
Are you almost done?
Come on now. It's this game, these lies that they tell the people to keep them satisfied. Facts. But I'm just saying, we're going to end it right here. It's a wrap. Interesting conversation. We out.
You look right as hell.